Juventus 0, Monza 2. Felt like it was going to be a repeat of the last game that Juventus played in Serie A against Monza. In 3 games against Monza, Juventus have won 1 game, lost 2, and it was only in the Coppa that they won. Monza is the first team to come from Serie B to do the double on Juventus. And even though Allegri came out and said that Juventus have to focus on how many points they had before the deduction, it was clear that the point deduction took a toll on these players. None of these players looked focused. First half, I thought the best performers were Fagioli was probably the best performer. Keane in the first half was literally, it was just him against all of Monza. Juventus let Monza play in the first half, and I don't know why, I don't know when we will understand and try to play a different game when these are the types of teams that thrive when Juventus let them play. In the first half, it could have been 3-0 to Monza had that goal not been ruled out. Juventus made basically no effort to score a goal. And then in the second half, Di Gregorio was prime Buffon out there. And it's always when we chase the game that these keepers for these Serie B, these mid-table teams in Serie A, they come out and they outperform and they have the best performance of their life. De Sciglio just came back from injury but was not good. I know we want to focus on the youth and let the youth play, but Gatti's just not it. Gatti's getting destroyed by these players. I'm sorry, it's not cutting it for me. I have more confidence in Rugani at this point than I do in Gatti. What does he have more than just grinta? I only see him screaming and yelling, and that's about it. When it comes to anything else, he can't do it. Takes the ball into the corner to try to win a corner kick, he fouls Izzo. Doesn't have the talent, he doesn't have the experience, he just doesn't have it. Kostic today, he's just been downhill since the World Cup. I don't feel like he's had a good performance since. Today, his touches were so heavy every time he got the ball. He gave away possession. Paredes, terrible. I thought Paredes was going to be one of the players that came into this squad and took some of these players on his shoulder and, you know, performed well. At this point, he has not shown his best performance was against Monza in the Coppa Italia, and he needs to go back to PSG. Juventus cannot afford to let this loan become permanent and have another player like him on our team. There's nothing that comes from him that's positive. He acts like this tough guy, this tough player, and then he just constantly is losing battles. He's giving up fouls. He's giving up possession for just no reason, really. Just no reason. This was a game that I thought Juventus would perform better, especially with the recent support from fans, from the fact that the stadium was sold out, the fact that Allegri said we have to do something for the fans. And then this is the performance that comes out of the game. It was expected. Did I expect it? No, but should I have expected it? Yeah. I think sometimes I think too much of this team, and it still shows. Juventus' season has basically ended with the point deduction. This team just from the beginning, they've had some kind of lack of focus on the league and these games, and it's showing its ugly head again. Throughout the season, Juventus became more solid defensively. And as the season progressed, especially in these last 3 games, we have conceded 10 goals in the last 3 games, 5 against Napoli, 3 against Atalanta, and 2 against Monza. And in the previous 17, we had 7 goals conceded and 8 clean sheets. To go from that run of form, especially with 8 consecutive wins, to this, the only thing that Juventus did well was keep clean sheets and play defensively solid. Now they can't play defensively solid. So now essentially whatever was built is gone again. And now we have to start again. The only positive that I can see coming from this period is essentially the majority of our players are coming back. We have Vlahovic that played today. I'm not going to make anything of his performance today. He only had 35 minutes or 40 minutes today. He hasn't played since the World Cup, so I'm just not judging his performance. Pogba's hopefully going to stay fit and is back. Chiesa hopefully returns from his muscle injury. Unfortunately, Milik, it looked like he picked up an injury. Quadrado's still out. Our players are coming back to full fitness. Bonucci's going to be back soon. So hopefully with that, we see a change in the formation back to a back 4. This back 3 thing is just not doing it. And if you have to play Gatti as one of the center backs, it's automatically a defensive flaw. He is always at the center of a mistake. The first goal that was ruled off was his fault. Later on, conceded another goal. He was getting spun by Danny Motta, a guy that was playing at Juve Next Gen. He's not showing. He's not doing it for me. He's not showing me what we were supposed to be. what we were supposed to see. I saw Iling Jr. come on. I saw Soule come on. I saw them perform way better than Gatti had. And Gatti does not warrant a start. Soule had probably the best game of the three youngsters. Fagioli played well too, but unfortunately was sacrificed, and it was for the better. Locatelli came on. He played a better game than Fagioli. Paredes was terrible. He needed to come off as well. Kostic came off. Allegri made positive subs at the second half. But once again, the subs are a little too late. Juventus should have been playing like that from the start, not once you're down 2 goals, once you're almost down 3 goals. You know, the only chance Juventus had was Milik's goal that Bremer took, and he was offside. And there we go with that goal. Juventus deserved nothing today. They lost the 3 points, and that was the deserved result. Monza came out. They played a better game, which is beyond pathetic to even accept that Monza did the double on Juventus this season. But unfortunately, this is the state of Juventus right now. The season just keeps getting worse. The point deduction just made everything worse. And now we're going to struggle to qualify for any competition unless the 15 points come back. Monza surpassed Juventus in the standings. Juventus have dropped to 13th place, and Monza have leapfrogged them into 11th. Monza had only 4 shots on target, and they scored 2 goals. Juventus had 8 shots on target, 3 off target, and yet Juventus could not convert. But Monza can. The defense has been a mess. I don't know what to even make of this anymore. Allegri has to make a change. Not everything is Allegri's fault, but unfortunately the results are going to be his fault. The performance from the players was just not it today. And if this is how we play against Lazio on Thursday, we're going to get kicked out of the Coppa next. Juventus have to pick up points. They have to put the 15 points behind them, and they have to move forward. If we expect to be in any competition next season, besides Serie A, we have to make more of these games. You have Milan, you have Inter, you have all these teams that are making mistakes, still making it possible for you to reach the top half of the table. Not saying you're going to qualify, but with a performance like this, what are you going to do? There's the game against Lazio in the Coppa on Thursday. Allegri has to put the right formation out. I want to just start seeing more of our youngsters play. Not Gatti, though. I want to see Soule play more. I want to see Iling Jr. play more. These players deserve the chance. You might as well put them in there. Now that McKennie is gone, I want to see Fagioli starting the majority of these games. He deserves to be in this team. He's the only one trying to make things happen, and he's the only one really trying of these midfielders. Miretti got the run of form in the beginning because he was performing, but he has looked out of sorts since. Fagioli needs to start. Fagioli is always looking to make a play. He's always trying to bring the ball forward. I really like what he's doing. On to Thursday. Juventus need to get the win. We just need to win. Just come on. Let's just keep picking up the points. Make sure to drop a like. Make sure to sub to the channel. The Juventus content is most likely coming back. And I will see you on Thursday. Fino alla fine. Forza Juve.